Hey y'all. That was terrible to start off the video, but whatever. I'm gonna say two things and then we can get into it. I look a mess. I know this. I didn't get like any sleep last night and I just woke up. Second, I know I'm wearing a One Direction t-shirt. I love One Direction. Don't let that like affect you though. I like all music. There's nothing I don't like, so don't let that affect the way you think of my video or my opinion. Whatever. This is the second part to my last video, which was about Stan Twitter, because there's so much you can talk about with Stan Twitter. Like, it can go on for days. I can talk about it for days because it's so trash, but I'm obsessed with it. I know everything about it. I love it. So, this is like the second part. I made notes because, like, I'm probably going to have to make a third part because it's just too much. I'm gonna just get right into it. I call them dead stands. I don't know if there's like a real name for it, but it's people who stand for dead artists, like Michael Jackson, Aaliyah, Whitney Houston. I think those are really like the only three that I normally see is those three. I don't get it. It confuses me beyond belief because they're dead. They've been dead for multiple years. They didn't just die like last week. I get it if they died last week. You're still mourning, blah, blah, blah. But they died years ago. Like, how are you still talking about this person they don't give you new music. They're not about to drop a new video on you. No new interviews. No nothing. Y'all gotta get jiggy with the same couple albums for the rest of your life. Like, that's boring. That sounds terrible. Like, I love Michael Jackson with all my heart. Y'all don't understand. I love listening to him. Every day, though, I couldn't listen to his music every day. I'd kill myself. Because it's going to be the same couple songs for the rest of my life. Like, it's got to be spread apart. I think he's one of the greatest performers of all time. But, sadly, he's passed. And we just can't keep talking about, stats from 20 years ago today. It's just, you got to get over it. You got to move on. Like, trust me, I love Amy Winehouse. She's the love of my life. One of the greatest songwriters of all times. But I can't. I can't sit online and hoopla about her all day long. It's just, she's dead. Just let your fave rest. Let them rest. There's a lot of other great artists. I'm not saying just give up on them. You can be a fan. You can still be like, that's my favorite artist. But to be on Twitter and talk about them every day, you're talking about a dead person every single day. That's depressing. That's issues. People who stand for dead people have issues. That's my thing. Like, you can love them, blah, 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 but to sit up online every day, and it's like, Aaliyah fans are listening to the same 3 albums for 15 years, watching the same interviews for 15 years. Like, that has got to be just boring. There's a lot of great artists out you can stand for. If you used to stand for Michael, you could stand for Beyonce or Justin Timberlake. Chris Brown? I don't know. I'm trying to think of someone that's kind of like them, but I can't. Janet. You could stand for Janet. If you used to stand for Aaliyah, you could stand for Rihanna now. If you used to stand for Whitney, Adele? I don't know. She's still alive. But I'm just saying, you can move on. Like, it's time to move on. Then, the second thing I wanted to talk about was the stands who stand for other stands. That is the weirdest thing. If you go on Twitter, there's every section of, like, the Monsters, the Beehive, the Directioners. They have, like, the popular ones that are in that, like, fandom or whatever. And there's, like, fans who stand for them. It makes no sense. Like, yes, queen. Yes, king. I get it because I say that sometimes, like, as a joke. But there's some people who really believe that, like, whatever this stand tweets out is like the Bible. Like, that's the word. They it's just weird. Like, you're standing for someone who is on the internet, who has no to be honest, standing for another stand is like standing for an Instagram model. Like, what is she giving y'all? Like, what is that person giving you? Is she giving you music, performances, a movie, lyrics? I don't know, something. Pictures and good tweets? That's what y'all stand for nowadays? Like, okay. Like, again, And a lot of people are like, oh, Fifth Harmony. I really had no shade towards Fifth Harmony in the last video, but just like I said, there's so many great, like, if you have to be a stan, there's so many great people you can stand for. Like, I get being a fan. Be a fan. Go ahead. But standing, I feel like people who stand for, like, those, you know, boy bands or, like, girl groups or any artist who has one album out, they're bandwagon. Like, who was you standing for last year? Like, I'll tell you who I've been standing for my whole life. Beyonce, 7 years ago till today. Gaga, like, I don't just keep turning over. Like, if you stand for Fifth Harmony, that means 3 years ago you was lost. Like, it doesn't make any sense, especially when there's so many great artists out right now that you could be standing for. Yet you want to stand for that. Like, be a fan, but stand and talk about that person all day long, especially they're not even giving you good performances, good vocals. They just look cute. I swear to God, y'all stand for just looks. Most of the people just stand for looks. A pretty face will get you a very, very far way on Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram. Let me just tell you that. The second part is standing in real life versus standing on Twitter. I'm going to tell you one thing, and I said it in the last video, and I'll say it again. I sit on Twitter, and I can trash Rihanna all day long. In real life, you better believe I'm giving her money. I'm buying her CDs. I'm going to the concerts, paying. I'm buying her merchandise. So who is the real stan? This don't make no sense to me. Talk. You can be on Twitter, talk all day if you want. You can have Beyonce as your header, your Abby, your name. I don't really care. At the end of the day, you not buying her music, you're not a real stan. Get on my face. Talk is so cheap. It makes no sense to me. So like I said, in real life is really where the real stan comes out. Are you paying for this artist's music? Are you paying for that? Then you a stan. If you on Twitter talking, it don't make no sense to me. Whatever you mean, it means nothing. That doesn't. I'm already at 7 minutes. I don't even know if I should go on to my next topic or just make another video. Let me see what the next topic is. Ugh. Unnecessary drags. This is why I hate Stan Twitter. Let me tell you something. I hate Stan Twitter. Yeah, I love it. I'm on it every day. I talk about it. Clearly, I'm making videos about it. But some people drag unnecessarily. Like, there's certain reasons to drag, and there's not. I've done both. The necessary and the unnecessary. I'm going to tell you, like, what's unnecessary if someone says, I don't like Beyonce's music, and then you go and you make fun of the way they look. How are you going to tell someone what music they can and can't like? I have no problem if someone came up to me and said, I genuinely don't like Beyonce's music. I've tried it, I've given a listen, and I don't like it. That's fine. You cannot tell someone what music they can and can't like. So that's unnecessary drag. When someone says, I don't find Beyonce pretty, that's an unnecessary drag. You can't tell someone what they can and what, you know what I mean? Who's pretty and what's not. And y'all will go off like, let's compare, put their picture next to Beyonce's. Granted, you know, if you're uglier than the person you're talking about, you really shouldn't be talking. But, and I've done all of this stuff, but I'm saying it's unnecessary. Necessary drags is like Beyonce can't sing. Girl, you go ahead and you drag. You bring out them receipts, girl. You show them. Because that's false. Like, saying stuff like that, that's false. I can tell when someone can sing, and I just don't like Tori Kelly has a beautiful voice. She's amazing. I listen to her music. It's not for me. It's a bit boring. Next. But to tell someone Beyonce can't sing, now you really tried it. Unnecessary drag, Beyonce is a bad performer. Not when she's named one of the greatest of all time. That you could just bring up on the run tour receipts. Ring the alarm. Bring that up. Bring Grammy 2014 receipts. Bring 2011 Billboard. You can't tell me that's like that. If you say it, you're just a hater. You're just jealous. That's basically that's a necessary drag. Girl, go ahead and drag. What's a necessary drag? Beyonce has no impact. Girl, go ahead and pull them receipts. Beyonce can't sell. Girl, pull them. Like, that's necessary drags. People's genuine, like, opinions is not necessary. Or, like, you know what's a necessary drag? Beyonce does nothing for the black community. Girl, go pull up them receipts when she been bailing out protesters. Girl, go pull up them receipts from when she was at the protesting. Go. When she was at Trayvon Martin thing. That's a drag. That other stuff, y'all drag unnecessarily. And it's not even like regular drags. Y'all harsh with it. Be like, pull up pictures of their mothers and their family and be like, look at this. They mama didn't say nothing about Beyonce. Why are you pulling up pictures of their mother? Or be like, let's send 1 million pizzas to their house. Boo, isn't that serious? Like, it's not that serious. It's Twitter. It's online. At the end of the day, I'm sorry, but sending 12 pizzas to somebody's house is always unnecessary. Like, that's just childish, petty. It's just stuff kids do. No real adult is taking their time out of their day to make that call to send 12 pizzas to someone's house because their opinion. Like, come on. Whatever, I'm at 10 minutes. I'm almost at 11 minutes. This video gots to go. I'll make a part 3 another day, but it's gotta go. Alright, bye. I will make another one soon. Not even in a week, less than a week.